fully self-employed for just a little over a year now. A year ago, I was still building my print-on-demand businesses while working my 9 to 5. When I started my print-on-demand businesses, I had no intention that they were going to eventually replace an income or anything like that. It was purely just a side hustle and hobby that I started. But there came a point where that side hustle income started to be more than my salary at my corporate 9 to 5 job. This brought me to a moment where I had to really start to consider whether it made sense for me to continue working 40 hours a week for the salary that I was making at my job versus the income that I was starting to see with my business. When I started considering this, I started watching videos like this one that I'm making today. And so today I just want to share with you my experience and add to that conversation, what I've learned since leaving my 9 to 5, what I wish I knew, and maybe what you should consider if this is a goal that you have. Even if you're not quite there yet, I think that this video still will be incredibly helpful. So let's get into it.
Flashback.
When I first started my print-on-demand side hustle, at the time, I had just gotten engaged to my now husband. I have a 5-year-old son who at the time was 2. Yeah, he was 2 at the time, which is crazy. Really, I just had a lot of different expenses that having any form of extra income would be helpful. Little by little, the income started to really grow, and I started to see this in a whole new light, that this had the potential to be a whole nother income stream that I actually pursued as my full-time job. Eventually, my print-on-demand income not only matched my 9 to 5 salary, but it was more than my 9 to 5 salary. And on top of that, about 6 months into building my print-on-demand business, I decided to also start pursuing other additional income streams that were starting to grow as well. So by the end of 2023, I found myself really at this crossroads where it didn't make a lot of sense for me to keep working my 9 to 5 when my other income streams were making more, and the only reason I wasn't able to scale some of them beyond what they were currently at was because I just simply didn't have enough time in the day. I was working 8 hours a day, all day long at my job. I have a son who we get home and it's bath time and dinner time and getting through all of just like the family essentials. So in order for me to even work on my business, I was waking up at like 3, 4 in the morning to actually grow that business. And the opportunity cost of staying at my 9 to 5 started to outweigh the risk of leaving that job and pursuing my business full time. I just want to say that this is something that was not such a flip of a switch decision. This was a very difficult decision that I battled with for months. It was something that I was very scared to do and take that leap because there is a lot of risk with leaving the stability that something like a 9 to 5 and a salary can provide you. But I did know just like deep in my heart that if I wanted to scale and if I wanted to truly turn my business into something, I was going to need to take that leap in order to achieve anything else that I was looking to grow towards. So I made the leap, and now I can speak, in hindsight, that it was truly the best decision that I could have ever made for myself. And I think most entrepreneurs, any that I've ever spoken with and talked to, they never have any regrets pursuing entrepreneurship. And the only thing that they wish is that they would have done it sooner or would have come to that conclusion, made that decision to pursue it sooner. I think I made the decision for myself at the right time and when it was meant for me to pursue, but nonetheless, I obviously am here today making this video, so no regrets in making that leap. That's also not to say that it has been 100% easy. I think entrepreneurship is one of the most self-developing careers that you can really dive into. It will really show you what you're made of. It will bring up a ton of maybe triggers that you have about who you are, your self-worth. There's a lot, in my opinion, that gets brought up that you uncover as you pursue being a full-time entrepreneur. I have definitely learned a lot along the way, so let me share with you some of the biggest lessons that I've learned that I think will help you if this is a future decision you might be making for yourself or maybe just a future goal that you're striving for. Quitting your job sounds exciting, and it is, don't get me wrong, but only if you have a solid plan in place. I did not just wake up one day and decide to quit. As I mentioned, it was a months and months long decision trying to sort out all of the pieces to make sure that it was going to be the right move. It was not only important to me to have a consistent income, have savings. I think a lot of people talk about having a safety net. That's super important, having whatever feels comfortable to you, whether it's, 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months worth of living expenses. So I did all of that. I had the consistent income, but something else that was very important to me was having a solid plan in what I was going to be doing with my time when I made that leap. When I watched a lot of videos like this, a lot of people really focused on how much money that they needed to quit. And don't get me wrong, you do need some level of financial stability. I'm not saying throw that out the window. That is important. But I think something that is equally as important is knowing how you're going to be spending that time once you do take that leap. If you are thinking about leaving a job, I think it's very important to reverse engineer it. Ask yourself, how much do I need to make monthly, consistently for at least 3 to 6 months before I can confidently leave my job? And what's my plan for growing beyond that once I go full time? For me, because I have multiple different income streams, print on demand being one of them, I have a video actually that dives into all of my income streams that I'll link up above. What I did here that really helped me was looking at what my lowest monthly income consistently was. In my mind, this would be, okay, if all else fails, if everything comes crashing down and burning, what would be the minimum amount of income that I could still count on and expect each month? I like basing things off of the minimum so that, again, if all else just hits the fan, I still would feel pretty stable in at least what I could do to get myself back up to where I needed to be. For me, pursuing entrepreneurship wasn't about leaving a job, wasn't about leaving a toxic boss or anything like that. I actually didn't mind my job. I enjoyed what I did. And so I wasn't running from something. I felt like I was just more so running towards something, which is what I was building with my business. The main thing that I was chasing after was the time freedom. As a mom, I wanted the flexibility to be able to just stay home if my son was sick and not have to worry about, oh, what am I going to do with my work day? How am I going to shuffle my calendar around, sick days, PTO, all of those different little things that you have to work out and figure out when you are working for a company or working for somebody else. I didn't want to necessarily have to deal with that. Those were the little types of freedoms that I wanted. I just wanted to be able to be present, be there, and take care of my family and their needs without having to get permission and put in a request and do all of these different little hurdles. I wanted to be in control of my own time, my own schedule, and my own income. And I definitely did gain that by going full time with my business and being fully self-employed. But what I didn't expect on the other side of that freedom when you become self-employed is there's also this really intense pressure that myself and many other entrepreneurs that I vented to about this seem to experience. And that is that there's this intense pressure to constantly be working, and it's very difficult to turn it off. There's a phrase I've heard that I've really resonated with to some extent, and it is that entrepreneurs, they leave a 9 to 5 to pursue a 24/7. That 100% was me, at least for the first full year of entrepreneurship. Now I am definitely coming into a bit more balance. Don't get me wrong, I still am always thinking about ideas and just what I want to do next, and that's the beauty in being a creative mind and an entrepreneur in general, but it is something that I really struggled with in my first full year of being fully self-employed. I think why this happens to so many people is when you are your own boss, so to speak, you're also completely then responsible for your own income. Naturally, we are very used to work an hour, get paid for an hour type of pay structure, and that's generally what most people do to earn an income. Entrepreneurship is very different in the sense that you are often doing work that pays you later. You could even be working on something that's not necessarily going to earn you any income or pay you for weeks or months at times. There are no more predictable paychecks. Nobody's coming to tell you to work, and nobody is going to grow your income for you. I am very fortunate in that a lot of my income streams are quite passive, but there is still always pressure to scale them, optimize them, and make sure that they continue growing. Because at the end of the day, the success of my business is completely in my hands. Prior to leaving my job, the one thing that I was looking forward to having by leaving my job was having time. I felt like there was not enough time in the day because I was working pretty much 16, 18 hours a day at times. I was waking up 3 in the morning, working until I had to go to my job, working my job, coming home, taking care of my family, doing a little bit of work, going to sleep, and repeating that. And I did that for a very long time. So to me, the idea that I wouldn't have that 9 to 5 schedule anymore and I could then shift my time to work during normal daytime hours and I just had nothing but time in my day to work on my business, that was the dream that I was chasing. And when I first quit my job, that was all that I was looking forward to, having so much time, freedom, and flexibility, and maybe sleeping in a little bit. But what I actually did, because I had all of this new time, I ended up just putting more things on my plate. I tasked myself with more projects, more goals, more things that I wanted to accomplish because now I had all of the time in the world. This brought me into an incredibly toxic cycle of just putting more and more on my plate and then feeling bad that I didn't get it all done. To actually think that I was going to get all of those things done in one day was absolutely insane of me. And I share this because coming up with a realistic schedule for yourself is incredibly important so that you have realistic expectations for what you can actually physically do in a given day and still enjoy the reason that you likely are pursuing entrepreneurship and self-employment. For me, I wanted the balance, I wanted the flexibility, and by putting more things on my plate and holding this insane pressure on myself to do every single thing in a given time period just wasn't realistic. And it was very counterproductive to the entire reason that I wanted this lifestyle to begin with. There are many individuals who are already in this role and in this experience and saying how it's the best decision that they ever made and they wish they would have done it sooner. But the feelings that you have leading into it, I think, are just not talked about often enough. And this is where a lot of your self-worth and just limiting beliefs can really come and attack you. Even though I had all of the numbers to look at on my computer, I saw my income, I saw what I was doing in my business, I saw that my business was growing, I still had a lot of moments where I was like, what if this doesn't work? Or is this real? I would sit and just recalculate my numbers in my business and look at my income on my phone in the calculator and just do that over and over and over again because I just couldn't comprehend that I was actually making enough money to actually make that leap. I just couldn't rationalize it for some reason. I also think a little bit of imposter syndrome often shows its face here and just thinking, who am I to be doing this? Am I even qualified? Can I actually do this? And if you've ever had any of those feelings, I just want you to know that you are not alone. Everybody has those feelings. I've had those feelings. I still have those feelings sometimes where I'm just like, wait, what? How did I get here? But the truth is that the fear is always going to be there. But fear does not mean that you're not ready. It just means that it's a new experience, something that you haven't physically gone through before. And as humans, we are wired to stay in our comfort zone, stay where our nervous system knows we can survive. And things that are different, things that are changes, things that cause that fear, our nervous system just interprets it as we aren't going to survive that new thing. And so it talks you out of it. It brings in all of those limiting beliefs, makes you question yourself. And the only way to push past that is to physically go through it. I see so many people waiting for the perfect moment. The truth is there is never going to be a perfect moment. It is scary, it is uncomfortable, and it is way easier to just wait until everything feels ready. But the reality is that if you wait for things to be 100% perfect, you're probably never going to get there, and you're probably never going to take that leap. What actually moves you forward is taking action. And it doesn't have to be a massive leap. It's about taking small, consistent steps, whether that's starting a business on the side or setting new goals, new deadlines, and actually holding yourself accountable to them. So that is what I've learned in my first full year of entrepreneurship. This is a topic that I absolutely love talking about, and I'm hoping that sharing what I've learned is something that helps you no matter what stage you are in, still working, building your side hustle, building your business, if you're considering taking that leap, or maybe maybe you've just taken that leap and are fully self-employed. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Let me know where you are currently in your journey. If you want to see more videos like this talking about print on demand, passive income, and just entrepreneurship in general, be sure to boop the subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. It just helps a small little channel like mine grow and get these videos out to more people that are interested in them, like yourself. As always, I hope that you are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.